Hey everybody, welcome to a special Saturday Smash for Saturday, December 3rd, 2022. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
This is our special Saturday Smash Ghost Edition. This is Kelly's ghost story.
Did you do all this?
I did. I lit all these candles. I lit them, actually, the truth is, last night, and we were going to do it at night, and we got into bed, and we started watching Dead to Me, which is like the coolest, funnest show, at least the first few episodes.
Well, I wanted to watch it because I love Christina Applegate, and she has MS, and everyone's like, "You got to watch this show." It's apparently kind of like a couple years old.
Will Ferrell's one of the producers. Yeah, there are 3 seasons.
Yeah.
But we got into it, and we never got out of bed, and you were in and out of sleep, but I got to episode 10.
Yeah.
In one night. They're 30 minutes. So
I helped my girlfriend decorate her tree yesterday. I took her to Shinoda, and then she's like, okay, I only have a budget of $1,000. We were just throwing things in there. We didn't know. We were dying laughing.
You did a terrific job.
We were dying laughing because we put so much in there. I think this is going to be like $2,000. And then I go, can you tell us when we get to 950 so we could take things back?
Yeah.
It was so funny. It reminded me of like back in like the day
when you were in college or whatever.
Yeah, or like in my 20s.
That's still a lot of money though to spend for tree decorations.
Yeah, they didn't have zero though.
But they had nothing.
Usually you accumulate. Like I buy, or I used to.
All right, well then finish that story next week because we're here for the ghost story. We have to keep it low key and very scary.
Okay.
I wanted to read this one because when you started talking about a ghost story, we got a lot of mails from people who believe in ghosts. And this one person, Teresa Muscatello. I went to South Beach with my friends in like 1998 and stayed at the Ritz across the street from the Delano. We all stayed in one room. One day I was getting ready, doing my hair in the bathroom mirror. I look in the mirror and see a white light shaped into a woman. And then she was outlined in white light too. Excuse me. On the last day of the trip, I told the other girls, and one girl said, I saw her too. So I know that definite, our spirits go on, all by the grace of God.
And I wrote to Teresa, because this was back in the 90s. I'm like, did you drop a Molly? Because you're partying. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Don't dismiss.
I'm kidding. I believe you.
The sighting.
I was joking though.
Without further ado.
I was joking. I was kidding.
Let's turn back the clock to San Francisco, 2000.
Jolie was a baby. I think
2008?
No,
2006? 2007.
She was born in 2006.
Right.
She wasn't a...
San Francisco, 2007.
2007. San Francisco, 2007.
Tell us what happened.
Okay, so we moved. Jolie was born, and we lived on 3rd Street in Mission. In this, right across the street, was called the Paramount, right across the street from the St. Regis. It was funny. Now my phone's ringing upstairs. And so we have Jolie. Jolie must have been, I mean, she was a baby, like maybe 6 months old. And we were living in a 1-bedroom apartment. It was because Leapfrog is paid for us to move over there. And I still had my house in Scottsdale. I had it rented out. But I could not stand to live in a 1-bedroom. I just had a little baby. I'm like, we got to bounce. So we were looking for a house to buy. And at that time, people, I know it was kind of like, it wasn't the crash yet. It was starting to.
Yeah.
So people were still outbidding ourselves. So we're like, okay, let's get a 6-month lease and let's see where we want to live. Well, the newest area was Soma, south of Market. And I liked this apartment because it had a pool, at a spa, and there was a lot of kids in there. And I thought, well, maybe I might like South of Market. So we signed this 6-month lease, and we got a 2-bedroom, and it had a kitchen, like the kitchen and the room was here. Jolie had a bedroom here, and our bedroom was here.
It was a split floor plan.
Yes. So, and there was a lot of kids or whatever, but it was still kind of weird because it was like a hotel. It was like a hotel living, and I'm not used to that. So I was trying to sleep train Jolie, and because she's she likes to sleep with us, and so I had her in her own bedroom, and then so the place was small, and Michael liked to have like cereal. He liked to eat cereal, but there was no room, so I had cereal on top of the refrigerator. So,
cereal boxes on top of the refrigerator.
Yeah, so I'm I was a stay-at-home mom, and I'm sitting down, and I'm like watching Oprah or whatever, and I'm sitting down, and all of a sudden I see one cereal box go down, and then I look, and then another one goes down, and then another one goes down.
Did it fall down on top of the fridge, or
One
it
at a
fell down
time.
onto the floor?
It fell down onto the floor.
Off the fridge onto the floor.
Yeah, one by one.
Was there an earthquake at the time?
No. So I get like the chills, right? I get like I feel like a presence in there, and I get the chills, and I kind of freak out. And I called Michael, and I go, was there an earthquake? Like what? Like you're not gonna believe, but I felt something weird, and I look up, and I see 3 of the cereal boxes, one at a time, fall. And he goes, no, let me look, because I guess there's a site that you can look.
Sure, yeah. To see if there's been seismic activity.
So I called my friends, and I said, did you guys feel an earthquake or whatever? And I told them exactly what happened. It felt like a weird presence, and I see the cereal box. Okay. So he's like, well, it could have been anything. We are on reclaimed land, and, maybe the building's new, and maybe it's settling, right? So I take it as the apartment was settling, because it was a newer apartment. So that goes by. Then, I don't know, maybe a week goes by, and I come home, and all of the cabinet doors were open. Yeah, I just woke up, you guys, so I'm a little groggy.
I'm here to help.
Thank you. So all the cabinet doors were open. I freak out, and I call Michael, and at this time he's in China. Okay, I'm by myself. I freak out, and I'm like, you're not gonna believe this. I come home, and all the cabinets are open. He's like, well, maybe Rosabla left them open.
That was your cleaning person?
That was my cleaning person.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, okay, well, maybe that could have happened, and whatever.
Seems unlikely.
It seems unlikely, because Rosabla wasn't working that day. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. Okay, now I'm scared. Now I'm really scared. So another week goes by, and Michael and I are at home, and the TV goes on. By itself.
On? TV comes on?
It comes on. It just pops on by itself, the TV.
Yeah.
And I said, see? There is something in this apartment. There is something in this apartment. I'm like, do you see this? Like, do you feel it now? Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he goes, yes. Like, he's like, oh my God, this is so freaky. So I start going, I'm like poltergeist when they went over to the neighbor's house, and they're asking if they feel anything or whatever.
Really?
Yeah. Because
knocking on the neighbor's door.
Yes, because it reminded me of poltergeist. Because remember the TV was going on and on like that?
Yeah.
And so I'm asking the neighbor, do you guys have anything weird going in your apartment? Like, do you guys feel any, do you guys see anything like weird? Everyone's like, no. Like looking at me like I'm a lunatic, right? And I felt like that, like I was like on poltergeist. So then another week went on, and Jolie gets this baby. And this baby was like, you feed it.
A doll?
A doll, like a baby doll. And it had, and I think, no, Jolie must have been maybe 1.5, because she could carry the baby with her, right?
Right.
She was walking at 9 months, and so she had this baby, and the baby was like, I don't know if you change the diaper, and if you feed it, it pees or whatever, and it talks and whatever. So another night goes by, and the baby starts talking. And we freak out, okay? Now, this happens all the time with toys,
If you touch it, it starts talking.
No,
or
just things go off on the, things go off with the baby or whatever. But usually when you touch the baby starts talking and cooing and whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it scared It scared Michael. It did. When that baby started talking in the middle of the night, after he saw and all the other things that we're saying, it freaked us out.
Yeah.
So this is why we moved out of the house. So then we, one night we were in bed and we're falling asleep. And right when we were falling asleep, we hear like this. Footsteps. We heard them. Both of us heard. We were scared like this. I go, do you hear? There's someone in the apartment. There's someone in the apartment. He goes, oh my God, I hear it. And I go, we gotta go get Jolie. Like that was like my thing. And we get up like this. And I'm like this behind him, like this, because I thought I thought a person was in the house.
Yeah.
And I go like this, and he grabs like, whatever tool or whatever we had. And I'm like this behind him. We're freaked the fuck. We were freaked out. So we go, and Julie had this it was like a walker, like a baby walker. And yeah, but we had it there, right? But she was walking at the time, but she had a baby walker. She must have been 9 months old in that apartment, maybe 9 or 10. She was just learning to walk.
Okay.
And there was a Cookie Monster and an Elmo on this walker. And when we went out to go check on Jolie, the walker started to move, and the Elmo and the Cookie Monster were. It was going up, and the Cookie Monster started talking. We screamed on the top of our lungs, and that's what we got. We're like, okay. We called the landlord. We're like, we're out of here. We went into a hotel. Like we got out of it.
You legit moved out of the apartment.
That next day.
The next day.
Yeah.
Because we
ended up paying,
stuffed Elmo.
We only had maybe 2 months more to pay on the 6-month lease.
Yeah.
But we just paid it and we got out. And that's when I bought my house in Russian Hill.
Was there any explanation for why the stuffed Elmo would start talking?
No, there was there was a presence in there. There was something in there.
You're convinced?
I'm convinced. Totally convinced.
No
all
joke.
These things all happened at once, and it scared Michael enough to want to move. Like it was that scary. It was that scary.
That's Kelly's ghost story.
I was not going to sit back and fight the ghost or entertain him or whatever. I'm out. I'm outie.
So that's one of the reasons why when we passed the house, it was being demolished. You said if the house was haunted and you demolished the house, do you think the ghosts would be gone?
Yeah.
And everyone seems to think, no, the ghosts continue to inhabit that land until whatever happens needs to happen.
Right. And at the time, I was going to mass all the time, and I was spraying holy water, and I was like, trying to cleanse out the spirit, but I don't know.
Well, we encourage you guys to share your ghost stories with us, and also to try the Yelk Cristiano that is sponsoring our Daily Smash. This is Purity, Passion, and Promise in every bottle. And you can find it at el-cristiano.com or at keganbottle.com. El Cristiano has sponsored our Smash and also has sponsored this ghost story from Kelly.
Do you have any ghost stories?
I was just thinking about that when you were telling yours. And I've been a little freaked out here or there before in an empty house, late at night, whatever, but we'll have to think about it. I don't think I do have a ghost story.
You don't.
But I know a lot of people do. So I'm going to think about that, and you think about it, and let us know. Okay? And we hope you have a smash-tastic weekend.
Yes, have a great weekend, everybody.
We got a lot of stuff coming up this weekend.
Rick's got his men's luncheon. We have our women's luncheon.
Men's luncheon on Saturday. We may or may not have a poker game here Saturday night. And then Sunday's the Christmas walk in Corona Del Mar.
Oh, that's Sunday.
Sunday, that's what I said. Sunday's the Christmas walk.
Yeah.
So we'll share highlights of that on Monday. Take care, everybody.
Bye. Have a good weekend, everybody.